Salut, c'est Géraldine, bienvenue sur Comme une Française TV, sound French, even to the French. The 14th of July is an important day for French people. We eat frogs and watch planes doing loops in the sky. It's the day we remember our revolution, when we sometimes think la Marseillaise, the national anthem, and celebrate together all across the country from Lille to Marseille. A day some people call Bastille Day. Let's dive in. July 14th is French National Day, la Fête nationale. La Fête nationale is the official name, but most of the time we just call it le 14 juillet. Le 14 juillet, it's a special day, so we use a majuscule on the month. Though we usually don't, for example le 21 mai, le 6 avril, but le 14 juillet. It's un jour férié, a holiday. Most shops are closed and the people stay at home with their friends and family. It's a day to celebrate our country together, maybe a bit more than any other day with our flag, le drapeau tricolore, or le drapeau bleu-blanc-rouge that we put here and there. But we tend to mistrust patriotism, so you won't find many extravagant displays of love for the country either. Some foreigners call this day Bastille Day, but it's not a name that French people use at all. And according to some interpretations on le 14 juillet, we don't actually celebrate the day the Bastille fell. Le 14 juillet comes from la Révolution, when the French replaced their king with democracy for a few years. Historians agree that it was during that period that the French created un sentiment national. Un sentiment national, when the nation was really born as a nation. In 1789, the people of Paris rose up and demanded more bread and freedom and stormed la prison de la Bastille to find guns and take down the symbol of royal injustice. They found a few prisoners and used the weapons to start a revolution that would change history. 1 year later, the French king Louis XVI had submitted to les Révolutionnaires, and agreed to give up parts of his power. On the 14th of July 1790, he solemnly swore to obey the nation and the law instead of his own whims or God. Everybody rejoiced in giant celebration all across the country as France seemed finally reunited in a common nation. This day was la Fête de la Fédération. La Fête de la Fédération. Of course, the king later tried to flee the country to get help from foreign armies instead. He was found and executed, and France became a republic for the first time in its history. Anyway, 100 years later, in 1880, after another complicated but fascinating period in French history, l'Assemblée nationale, our elected representatives, chose the 14th of July as the new national day in celebration of both 14th of July 1789 and 1790. The French spirit of revolution and the nation finally united as one. Nowadays, the most significant parts of le 14 juillet are les défilés et les feux d'artifice, parades and fireworks. In Paris, and especially on les Champs-Élysées, the president, the government, and the general French crowd watch over the national parade of the year. The troops and vehicles and regiments of the French military forces walk across the city. Their uniforms come in all shapes and sizes, and some units are particularly impressive to watch, like the cavalry from the Republican Guard, the tanks, or la Légion étrangère, the French legion who go at a slow pace. However, the most impressive show doesn't happen on the street but in the sky. Among the Air Force, la Patrouille de France, the French aerobatic patrol, is the world's oldest and one of the most skilled demonstration teams. They dance to the skies in their blue, white and red planes. The military parade is broadcast on live television. You will find a link to an entire recording in the video description below the video. In the evening, the official celebrations end with un feu d'artifice, fireworks, un feu d'artifice, fired from the Eiffel Tower. The night lights up with fireworks across the whole country, actually. In most cities, there's an official evening of celebration. This brings us to the final staple of le 14 juillet. la Fête party. In Paris for le 14 juillet, there's usually a big event happening under the Eiffel Tower after the fireworks. Some year it's Daft Punk, the next is classical orchestra on live television. Anyway, you will find parties of all kinds and all music in the capital. But almost every city or town sets up its bal du 14 juillet, le bal du 14 juillet, Bastille Day party. Young and old, neighbors and family get together for the evening to eat, to dance and to watch the fireworks. It's on le 14 juillet that you have the most chance to dance on l'accordéon, the accordion, and to eat des cuisses de grenouille, frog's legs. These events are not very trendy, hype, they seem a bit outdated, but it's fun anyway, and for a day, who cares? Share a glass of wine with your local maire, the mayor, meet les pompiers, the firemen, dance with your grandma. It's mostly a way to get together and celebrate, while you know the whole country does the same. Et toi, have you ever seen a 14 juillet parade? Did you know Bastille Day history? What does your own national day look like? Share your experience in French, if you dare, in the comments below the video on the blog. We can all learn from your story. The comments section is the best place to start discussions and ask me questions. Please comment if you like this video or if you have something you want me to talk about. I read all the comments, especially yours. If you like this video, share it with your friends on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, by email or just talking to each other. Help me spread the word about Comme, Française. Merci. Love France, dream of sounding French even to the French. Learn how with me, Géraldine, on commeunefrançaise.com, and subscribe to my email updates for exclusive tips on real life in France every Tuesday, plus an exclusive video lesson, Introduce Yourself in French. And it's free. Merci for watching Comme Française TV. Sound French, even to the French. Allez, salut!